Hi, oh my god, Khaos here again with another online deck profile, and this time I am showing my Buster Blader deck. So yeah, this deck of course was made, and I guess an archetype and a real deck in Breaker of Shadows, and it's definitely an interesting deck. Of course, an anti-dragon deck. But also you can make your opponent's monsters dragons as well with a Buster Dragon. So yeah, this build is more or less a pure Buster Blader build. I'm not using any Pendulum cards. Some do run a Pendulum engine, mostly it's the Magician engine in the deck to Pendulum summon Buster Blader, but I don't think it's really necessary because there are so many ways to summon a Buster Blader anyway in the deck. So yeah, so I guess let's go at this deck. First, of course, the main card, the classic Buster Blader. Of course, we did get a new Buster Blader monster, but the thing is, you still have to use the original one because of the fact that you can only summon Buster Blader from the hand, because Buster Blader, the new one, only counts as Buster Blader in the graveyard or on the field, not in the hand. So yeah, so I think you still have to run the classic one, and I will run it at 3 for sure. And then the retrain of the classic Buster Blader, the Destruction Sword Master. Of course, like I said, this card's name becomes Buster Blader while it is on the field or a graveyard, and its effect is pretty decent, but not really that relevant. You can read it if you want, but I have only used its effect only a few times. Then the Dragon Buster Blader's companions. So first, Wizard Buster Destruction Sword. They are mostly equip cards, and they are some of them are tuners. So Wizard Buster, you can equip it to a Buster Blader, and then your opponent can't activate any monster effects from the graveyard. So it's really good against Burning Abyss and some other decks like Cosmo if you can't get rid of their ships. And the second effect is that you can send this equip card to the graveyard to get that Destruction Sword from the graveyard back to your hand. So I think it's definitely a pretty good card. Many don't run it, but I think it's definitely pretty good. And just as an extra Destruction Sword card to discard with that tap card, Destruction Sword Reminiscence. Then of course, probably one of the main cards in the deck, Buster Whelp of the Destruction Sword one. It has several effects. The first one is that when this card is normal summoned, you can add any Destruction Sword card from your deck to the hand. So that's already really good. And also, the second effect has 2 parts, and you can only use one of those effects. So first, you can tribute this card to summon a Buster Blader from the hand or graveyard. So it has to be named Buster Blader. So you cannot summon Destruction Sword Master from the hand, like I said. So yeah, it's definitely really good to summon out your Buster Blader, of course. And the second effect is you can, if it's in the graveyard and you control a Buster Blader, you can discard a Destruction Sword to summon this card back from the graveyard. Again, really good. And of course, level 1 tuner to go into your Buster Dragon. Then Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. Another really good card. You can equip it to a Buster Blader you control, and then your opponent cannot summon anything from the extra deck. So that's really amazing effect you lock down your opponent from summoning anything from the extra deck, so that's really amazing. And also, while this card is equipped to a monster, you can special summon this equipped card, so which means you can go easily into your Bastard Dragon by summoning your Bastard Blader, and then equipping it to your Bastard Blader, then immediately summoning it after to go into your level 8 Synchro. Then I run a Sage with the Eyes of Blue. The reason why I run this card is because it can search out your Bastard Whelp, and also Effect Veiler, and also it's a level 1 tuner again to go into your level 8 Synchros. And the Effect Veiler, I run it because it's again level 1 tuner, and also can search it up with Sage with the Eyes Blue. So just extra search target for that. And then the last monsters I run are 2 Lord God of Fierce Knight, because it's a level 7 monster I can easily summon, and also come also with my level 1 tuners to go into my level 8 Synchros, so I think it's pretty good. Then spells, first I run 2 Destruction Swordsman Fusion. It's pretty much like Super Polymerization for the deck, because it can use monsters as fusion material from either side of the field, so that's really nice for sure, especially in combination with Bastard Dragon. Then I run 3 Emblem of the Dragon Destroyer. This way I can search out my Bastard Blader from the deck, or get it from the graveyard if I want to do that. Then 1 for 1. This deck is pretty much full of level 1 monsters, so definitely really good in here. Then Thereafter, again, really good level 1 support, but of course, unfortunately, I do take a 2-ton damage if I don't normal summon that card. But still really good to search out some of the key cards. Then Twin Twisters, of course, destroy background. Then trap cards, a 3 Destructions for Reminiscence. This card comes out in the Dark Illusion, and it definitely helps out the deck quite a lot. You can discard Destructions for the card to spell summon any Bastard Blader monster from the deck. So immediately you get your Bastard Blader or the Destruction Sword Master from the deck. So that's really good. And the second effect is also really good. You can banish this card from the graveyard, and then you can fusion summon 1 Bastard Blader Destruction Swordsman from the deck by banishing fusion material listed on it from the graveyard. So it's basically like a Miracle Fusion type card in the deck, but even better because it's a graveyard effect, so you don't lose any cards. So yeah, definitely probably the best card in the deck. And then I run 1 Destruction Sword Flash, just as a deck, because it can be pretty good in some situations. I can easily search it out with Bastard Whelp, and if I don't need it, I can discard it for Reminiscence. So if I control a fusion monster that lists possible fusion material, I can banish all monsters my opponent controls. That's pretty good, but of course a little bit situation, huh? And then second effect, which works in the graveyard, when a card or effect is activated that targets a Bastard Blader monster or multiple monsters you control except during a damage step, I can banish this card from the graveyard and negate it and destroy that card. So that's pretty good, I would say. And the other taps, pretty much Staple Storm Strike, of course, 3 broken cards, Swallow Warning, Vanity Emptiness, and Bottom's Trap Hole. So that was the main deck. Now extra deck. Of course, the 3 of the main fusion, Bastard Blader, Dragon Destroyer, Swordsman. It requires 1 Bastard Blader and 1 Dragon type monster. And it of course must be fusion summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card cannot attack directly. And also this card gains 1000 attack and defense for each Dragon type monster your opponent controls or is in the graveyard. So amazing anti-dragon card. And also change all your opponent Dragon type monster your opponent controls the defense position, and they cannot activate their effects. And also this card inflicts piercing damage as well. So again, really amazing card. You can summon it with either your Destruction Sword Transfusion and use your opponent's most fusion material, or you fusion summon it by using Destruction Sword Reminiscence. So again, really good, and in combination of Buster Dragon, it is of course really good and works against any deck, not only dragons. Then Synchros, one hot red Renashan Abyss. Many of the Synchro monsters running in this deck are Dark Dragon, so I can easily summon this card if I wanted to. Then 2 Buster Dragon, the key Synchro monster in this deck. It's a generic Synchro, and the main effect is that all monster controls become Dragon type, so pretty much all of your support cards become live, and so that the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman works against your opponent no matter what deck they use. And also, once per turn, if you do not control a Buster Blader monster, you can target one Buster Blader from graveyard and summon it to the field. So that's all really amazing as well. And once per turn to your opponent's turn, you can equip your Destruction Sword monster from the graveyard to your Buster Blader monster. So again, it works really well in the deck, because you can equip something like Destruction Sword from the graveyard. So yeah, definitely really powerful card. Then other Synchros, Void Ochre Dragon, because Dragon Boss Destruction Sword is a Dark tuner. And then Bells of the Diabolic Dragons, Scarlet Dragon Archwind, Siphon Lord Omega, and Crimson Blader. Then some Exit monsters, just rank 7s if I want to go into them. If I have 2 Buster Bladers on the field. So Radar's Flare Metal Dragon, number 74, Master of Blades, number 11 V-Guy, and Mega Phantom Beast Dracosuck. So this was my Buster Blader deck profile. I think it's definitely a pretty decent deck. I'm not sure how competitive it can really be. It's just, probably not very competitive, but still pretty nice, I would say. It can be sometimes kinda inconsistent as well, because you need to get access to your key cards like Buster Whelp and Destruction Sword's Reminiscence, and if you draw like bunch of level 7 Buster Bladers without any way to summon them, you might be in trouble. But otherwise, this deck has been working pretty decently for me. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this online deck profile. For now, goodbye and Khaos out.